great. But that is something that we just got to give credit to the Yankees. The first place team that we're facing this series has Jason Castro, CJ Cron, who, by the way, has 18 home runs. Good job, LA. Jonathan Scope, who hasn't been hitting it phenomenally great, 258, but has had 15 home runs. Jorge Polanco has hit 307 with the Minnesota Twins. Has become a key hitter for this lineup. Been the difference maker, in my opinion. Great defense, great hitting, great player overall. And has been called his first time to the MLB All-Star game this season. Eddie Rosario, a trade candidate that I wanted last year. Mitch Garver, the catcher who keeps on giving 18 home runs with batting 270. That is Mitch Garver, everybody. And Nelson Cruz hitting 18 home runs and batting 270 as well. The Minnesota Twins can rake, and they have starting pitching. Relief-wise, they have not as much, but starting pitching-wise, they have guys that can get outs. They are kind of the opposite in the Yankees. The Yankees don't have that much starting pitching. Well, the Minnesota Twins do. Both teams have players that can rake. And that's really what you got, you know. And if you want to go down a little bit lower with Boston, you can count Boston and one of those guys. I mean, one of those teams that can literally make a season more harder. But look at Christian Vasquez, 293 batting average, 15 home runs. Christian Vasquez, the one catcher that we thought would never figure out how to hit, and was kept for so long in the Boston Red Sox roster, now is the starting catcher for the Boston Red Sox and has flat out raked. And I mean flat out raked. Has done pretty well. Brock Holt, batting 350, coming back from injury. Xander Bogaerts, 315. Rafael Devers, 325 with 19 homers. Mookie Betts, 284. J.D. Martinez hitting 19 home runs. Now, is the Boston Red Sox as good as they've been in previous years? I don't think so. The starting rotation means adjustment. Chris Sale is obviously their best pitcher, but has a 4.05 ERA. Then you got one good reliever who has been Brandon Workman, who has thrown a 1.84 ERA in 44 innings pitched. So they need relievers. They need starters. The Boston Red Sox do. Because there has been nothing great about the starting pitching. And I really don't understand how they've been so good and still so close of this playoff talk. They shouldn't even be in the picture, to be honest with you, looking at the numbers. But you know what? They've had good series, I guess, where they fought out and the guys got hot at the right moment. And that's just where they're at. Now, let's go to players in rehab right now. Sean Manaea has pitched yesterday with the Stockton Ports. So has Caprillion. Sean Manaea went 3.2 innings. Allowed only 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and 64 pitches. Now, Manaea, what can Sean Manaea bring in this starting rotation? He can bring in a guy that can go multiple innings, a guy that can go deep in games, a guy that can keep you in a game. That is what Sean Manaea is, or at least the Sean Manaea we're used to seeing. He struggled in his first 2 rehab outings, but this one that he just posted with the 3.2 innings pitched has been otherworldly great. We all know how important he is to his rotation. And once he comes back, if he comes back in the way he is left off, he can be one of those key guys that can help this rotation and literally solve every problem that we have in our rotation just with his being or his presence. The rotation would be Fiers, Bassett, or Mengden. Brett Anderson, Bailey, and Manaea. So Bassitt and Mengden would have to be the two that would either be demoted, since both have options left. So Manaea has done that so far. He is already going to go to Vegas in his next start. So he's on his way to Vegas right now. 75 pitches is what the limit's going to be for him in his next start with Vegas. Bob Melvin has already said, and we got this confirmed. Bob Melvin has already pointed out that he wants Manaea to getting called back up or getting close to ready once he is reaching the 90 pitch mark. That's when we can get Sean Manaea back. Well, who will Sean Manaea replace? There's still some baseball left to play for this rotation, or in this case, left to pitch. So Sean Manaea is going to be expected to be ready by the beginning of August, midway through August, probably in between that time. James Kaprielian, 4 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 hits, no walks, but 7 Ks. Kaprielian, we all know, can be a strikeout first type pitcher. He's also pitched for Stockton, and hopefully he can get called up to Double-A, or they can just take their time with James Kaprielian. But Kaprielian has done wonders so far. Has showed good signs of pitching well, and hopefully he can do well with the Oakland Athletics in his time in the minors, and then soon enough be transferred to the major leagues. So we got to see what we got from those two guys. Hundley also went 1 for 3, by the way, with 1 walk. So the last thing I'm going to say right now, the surprise great rotation that the A's possess. Mike Fiers so far has had great numbers. 2.30 ERA and 31.1 innings pitched in June. 0.66 ERA and 13.2 innings pitched in July. Fiers has been the leader, and Fiers will continue being the leader as long as he keeps pitching like this. Bassitt, 4.50 ERA and 32 innings pitched in June, and 5.23 ERA and 10.1 innings pitched. Now, Bassitt, in my opinion, is the most favorite to either go to the bullpen when Manaea is getting ready to come back, or he's going to be the one getting demoted. I think Bassitt's going to have to be somewhere, but it's not going to be in the Oakland A's rotation anytime soon, I think. The other guy who I would probably pick to go down is Mengden, the other guy with options left. 6.48 in June, which was only 8.1 innings pitched, and a 4.73 ERA and 40 innings pitched. So he still has it improved. So let's see how much he can improve going to August and September. Brett Anderson, 0.404 ERA, 35.2 innings pitched in June, and a 2.77 ERA and 13 innings pitched in July. He has been spectacular. Anderson has been the biggest surprise for me, aside from Roland Laureano, who's 1 home run away to hitting 20 home runs. So that's just going to be fun to watch. Homer Bailey, a new acquisition, has been pitching way more better than his 4.69 ERA. Has actually a 3.48 ERA and 33.2 innings pitched in June, 3.27 ERA and 11 innings pitched in July. This rotation is basically pitching better as in most recent days. Now, the Oakland A's have had good chances to win big ball games, and hopefully they can continue doing great. Now, the A's are going to finish this series with Minnesota on Sunday. Houston's next, and then Seattle is after that. Hopefully we get to see what they got. Hopefully we get to see a great ball series, or a game series, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show as much as I have. This is Oakland A's News on This is A's Weekly with your host, MJ Hernandez. You guys have a great weekend.